Hello and welcome to what I'm now calling a tradition, as it is New Year's Eve and exactly a year ago I did the same thing. However, a whole year has been and gone, and I want to give you a little bit of a reflection about what I've been up to and how I've achieved it and what you can do to try and get some results yourself going into 2019. So just very quickly, this time last year, I was not in a very good place. The year before, or the latter part of the 6 months, had been testing, to say the least. And this time a year ago, I was in the crux of not necessarily enjoying life, not enjoying relationships, not necessarily enjoying, well, definitely not enjoying work, and looking at a year of complete uncertainty, having been at home for 3 months and getting kind of used to that, and then the thought and the prospect of going back to the place where had driven me down to, depression, anxiety. So yeah, 2018 was actually a very daunting prospect for me a year ago. One of the main changes, you'll see that I've shaved this time round, which is a key sign in television that someone is not looking after themselves. However, that beginning of a beard ended up being really helpful for one of my main achievements of 2018, in that I was able to star in a show. I was back at the Open Air Theatre, performing in Fiddler on the Roof as Mendel, the rabbi's son, and that is just one of the many things that I've achieved over 2018, which I'm really grateful for. And it's weird because before doing this video, I was looking back at how I felt over the year, and I was like, well, I don't really feel like I've done much, which, if you know me and you've known what I've been up to the last year, there's probably people kind of scoffing and snorting into their drinks at thinking that, because people just think that I'm always busy and I'm always doing things. But what 2018 has allowed me to do is actually achieve some goals and lay the foundation and the groundwork for doing other things into 2019. And when you consider where I was and that complete uncertainty that I had, the fact that I'm looking forward now with a far more rigid plan as to what I'm doing is quite incredible. And there's a few things that I put that down to. Family and friends definitely are on that list. And having a goal and aiming for it, which I knew I didn't have before. It was just a case of, well, let's just see what happens. And what I've been able to do this year is actually think very clearly as to what do I want to achieve. Now, I'm not the best at time management, so in the summer I realised that I wasn't the best at time management, and I've been working hard on using my time properly. And by properly, I mean efficiently. Efficiently, that's a good word. So yeah, family, friends, efficiency, and reading and podcasts have been the things that have helped me no end. Just that learning from other people and their experiences and what they've achieved and what they've overcome to get to where they are now is really inspiring, particularly for me. And some of the techniques that I've used have come directly from listening to podcasts such as Lewis Howe's podcast, more recently the James Altucher Show, which I became aware of whilst listening to Lewis Howe's podcast, Gary Vaynerchuk as well. These are the types of things that I listen to, and they help me focus my mindset as to who do I actually want to be and why do I want to do that and where does my fulfillment come from. And this real ties into my job, which I was completely hesitant to go back into, is now looking at running a service that is based on acceptance and commitment therapy, which I was kind of using to a certain extent previously, whereas now I understand those concepts and those principles, and I've met so much more people going through that process that I'm able to really apply it to what I find practical for me. So 2018 has been, and it is nearly gone. What do you want to achieve in 2019? Now, Tim Ferriss, he has a very simple way of kind of rounding off his year and starting his next year, and he literally has 2 columns, and he does the good things that happened to me and the bad things that happened to me. And what he does with the bad things is he writes them all down and he puts them on the wall somewhere, and he's like, these are things I will not be repeating going into 2019. And they serve as a reminder that he did not get fulfillment, he did not get joy from those practices, such as like wasting time, toxic people, things like that. So he knows that if anything was to come up in that realm again, he's given himself permission already to be like, no, I'm not going there. Whereas the good list, which I can proudly say outnumbers my bad list by 1, 2, 3, by 2/3, by 66% more, he makes an attempt straight away in January. I'm booking time to spend times on the things that gave me joy and fulfillment throughout the year. Now, the way that I did this exercise, I've got it written down in front of me. I looked through my calendar because I've become calendar obsessive. I've always been a calendar obsessive, but it's taken a new level this year. And also just looking back through my camera roll on my phone and seeing what I favorited throughout the year, because that's given me a timeline of things which I've been really proud of, or things that I've felt warm and fuzzy inside doing. And I've just made a list, literally just a list. And the going into January and booking time to do those things, what's brilliant is that most of them are already in place. So I broke down my 1.5 pages of good things and I've put them into themes, family and friends being one of them. Football, surprisingly, is very high on my list of things that gives me joy and fulfillment. And I think that's because I get to disperse that with good work colleagues when I play five-a-side, and also my brother and my nephew and my home village whenever I play for my hometown as well. Travel's high on the list. I've been fortunate that I've been to Amsterdam in 2018, I've been to France in 2018, I've been to Peru in 2018. And I get to go away next year as well for weddings and on family holidays. I'm looking forward to doing them as well. Acting is on my list as well, and I already have auditioned and I'm in 3 plays in the first quarter of 2019. And unusually for me, I already know what auditions are coming up ready for the summer season of plays as well. And I want to build on if I can, the outdoor theatre festival. It's one of my favourite things in the whole wide world, and I'm so pleased that I took that plunge all those years ago to audition for Guys and Dolls and be within that sphere and that realm of highly creative, highly talented people, and I get to be part of that. 2018, well, no, not 2018. Well, 2018 was the year that I achieved a goal of mine, in that I stood on stage in the Outdoor Theatre Festival with a microphone on. I didn't swap it to anyone else. It was my microphone. And when I did Guys and Dolls, that's what I wanted to achieve. So going forward, what I want to achieve now is I was in one pivotal scene and I had a character arc throughout the whole thing. But now I'm looking for more scenes. I'm trying to better myself and I'm trying to improve who I am as an actor and as I am as a character. I had a really interesting conversation last night about empathy with a character and empathy in real life. So don't be surprised if an episode on that comes up sooner. Soon in 2019. And also work, activate your life. I have loved building this service up and I've loved helping people. I've loved integrating it with not just other Tenhams cancer care services, but also the wider cancer network in Wales. I'm really excited going into the new year that it's going to carry on building, and it's going to benefit more people, because some of the response that we've had is not 100% successful, because it's never going to be. But of the people that have come across the service, they are reporting a better quality of life, and that's something that I'm a part of, and that gives me great pride and satisfaction that I'm working hard to achieve a better life for other people who've been affected by cancer. So, how am I going to do that? I'm going to plan that time in. I'm going to start booking things so I'm compelled to do it, and I'm going to start just randomly messaging people who are important to me and have helped me no end in 2018. And on my Facebook page, facebook.com/HelloTomDyer, I've put 40 pictures up. I couldn't do the best of 9 because there's too many. And it was really nice looking back through the year and thinking, I've done so much with so many people. I've loved meeting new people this year. So if you want to take a look at some of my highlights over the past 12 months, then there is a photo album up on that page. And highlight what has been the good things of your year, highlight what's been the bad things of your year, put the bad things on a piece of paper on the wall somewhere, remind yourself not to do those things again. The good things, you might find it hard to identify them. I've already given two things: use your calendar, use your photos, but also look back over, and on a graph, you can put January, February, March, April, May, June, July, up to December, and at the bottom, and then on the side, 1 to 10, and plot each month. What score out of 10 will I give this month? and then put a little comment as to why. Because what you'll see is little fluctuation. If it fluctuates too much within a month, you can do it by week if you want, 52 notches. And where your peaks are, write out why they peaked. And repeat those peaks in 2019 with slight modifications as well. So there's things that I'm working on to do with more videos, to do with more acting, to do with more podcasts, and just trying to be a bit more consistent with what I'm doing and to build on those foundations that I've already started. If anyone wants to know more about what I'm doing, feel free to reach out. I'm also putting this on my podcast as well. If you have the Anchor app, which is anchor.fm, I believe, you can leave me a voice message and you might make it into a future episode. So anchor.fm/HelloTomDyer. You might make it into a future episode. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to building on this year with the people who have made this year so incredibly special for me. Hopefully you can see the difference in vibrance and vitality with how I'm talking to you compared to a year ago. And it feels good. It does feel good. And I thought that this video would be more subdued, but making this list and writing in like a diary more frequently is going to be something that I want to do more often as well, because just writing this list down has made me feel so incredibly grateful for the year that I've had. As much as it started off as an absolute pig, and as much as there are some things which I can't change at the moment that do still get me down, then I'll keep focusing on the things that lift me up. I don't have to stay down. I can do and achieve what I want to achieve, and 2019 will be the framework in which I do that. And even if it's just building another layer of foundation, at least I know what I'm aiming for. If you want any help with any of your goal setting and setting a plan and making a plan and sticking to a plan, get in touch. It would be great to hear what your plans are and see if I can help work out how you can do that for you. I've really enjoyed that aspect of Activate Your Life, of starting things, seeing things through, and helping individuals with their little semi-goals as well. So yeah, going forward, my blog and my HelloTomDyer and the I Accept thing is going to kind of split into three facets. So it's going to be acting, it's going to be kind of career, and it's going to be wellness and lifestyle as well. So there's going to be three-pronged facet, because that's what I've kind of unknowingly done throughout 2018. Those are the three facets that I've been looking at. So the acting includes singing and presenting as well, which I've had an incredible year doing. Career-wise, because of all the podcasts that I've been listening to, I've been saving them. But if I'm saving them but I'm not sharing them with other people who might benefit from it, that's really selfish. I need to share other people's knowledge. I need to give my 2 cents on it because you might benefit, and that's what I care about. And then wellness and lifestyle, Activate Your Life, has changed my life. It's changed the life of people that have been on the course. And there's so much we can do by being a bit more mindful of the surroundings that you're in, expressing gratitude frequently, and working on ourselves. And that includes healthy lifestyle, healthy diet, healthy friendships and relationships. So yeah, I look forward to it. Have a fantastic New Year's Eve. Have a fantastic beginning of 2019, and I'll be there every step of the way. Thank you so much.